Hi, everybody. So, know your strengths. Know your strengths, but keep an eye out for your weaknesses because your strength will not destroy you. Your weaknesses will. Okay? Know your strengths. Know what you're good at. Know where your power lies, but also know your weakness. Know your weakness better than you know your strengths, because then things will creep up into your life and mess things up. Nobody has ever been destroyed by their strength. No, but a great many people have been destroyed by their weakness, and especially weakness that they did not want to see, weakness that they did not want to acknowledge, weakness that they did not want to know. There are two types of weaknesses: the ones that we are aware of, the ones that we own, and those ones that we don't own. Those ones that we keep hidden, we keep in a case, and we lock the case and put it in another case, and we lock it and put that case in a third case and lock it, and then we dig a hole and put it in the ground and cover it with sand. That's the one that does a number on you, because that's the one that will creep up into your life and knock your life upside down. Let me give you some examples. So you are a hidden sexual freak. You like unconventional sex for some weird reason. You're one of them. There's nothing wrong with that. You like kinky sex. You like unconventional sex, but you go to church. And of course, you can't have unconventional sex when you go to church. That's a sin. That's from the devil. So you keep that hidden in a locker somewhere. And you've been married. What? Watching my dogs anyway. So you've been married for a while to this woman. You go to church. You guys pray and fast. And then this thing keeps coming at you, roaring like a lion. Your head is filled with images of kinky sex. Your wife, when you want to do something, she'll be like, "No, what you doing? What you doing?" And then one day, she goes into your laptop and she says, "That porn site you've been looking at." Your weakness comes at you. Let's say you are insecure, but you were a slave queen. Oh, nobody needs to know you're insecure. Your hair is on flick. Your makeup is down. Your nails are long. Your makeup is on flick. You don't want to tell nobody that you have insecurity issues. And then you meet this great guy. Loves you. Nice guy. And you are coasting along, and then bam! Your insecurity shows up. Next thing you know, the guy goes to the bathroom one day, comes out, and your ass is on his phone, and you're looking, and he's like, "What are you doing on my phone?" And you drop it. Oh, bam! That relationship is over. Your insecurity, you gotta own it. Nobody's perfect, but the only person who puts the pressure on you to be perfect is you. Nobody is perfect. You have to own your insecurity. Nobody is perfect. We all have them. But the more you expose them to the light, the better you are. Let me give you a personal example, because I don't like to talk about stuff that I haven't experienced. Okay? And especially in relationships, this is where it will destroy you. In relationships, also in your personal life. Like if you're greedy, you can embezzle company money and your wife will be thrown in jail. But in relationships, it's very, very important that you own your insecurity, because that insecurity is what's going to come back and destroy that relationship. For instance, when I met my man and when we became sexual, I had to tell him about my issues with sex, about the fact that I was sexually abused, and how that I needed healing in that area. And you know what he said to me? He said, "I know." And I said, "How do you know?" And he said, "Because I felt it. I felt the fact that you weren't very open. But I didn't want to push you. I wanted you to own that truth for yourself and come into the place of openness and acknowledgement of that truth for yourself. There's no point me pushing you. Now, if I hadn't done that and I had projected my sexual insecurity on him, what would have happened? I would have projected my insecurity on him, and I probably would have put a bad taste, or put some bad energy into our relationship that we have to deal with later. But because I learned from personal experience that it's best to always be honest, even not with the other person, at least be honest with yourself. So I am brutally honest with myself, like brutal. I hide nothing from myself, and so I open up. Me and my man, we are very open. Okay, another example, because I was molested as a kid. I had a weird relationship with my vagina. I had a weird one. And so I remember telling my man one day, I said, because I was doing some self-healing and some self-therapy, and I realized the reason why I felt uncomfortable with oral sex, when my man is giving me oral sex, is because I felt my vagina was ugly. And I was taken aback by that revelation. I'm like, how did I get that idea? Where did that thought come from? Well, it's because people touched my vagina that shouldn't have touched it. And so I attributed shame to that part of my body. And so I revealed that to my man. I said, that's how I feel. And he was like, that's not true. I said, and I know. And when you have a partner who's open up, who you can be open with like that, it expedites your healing process. But imagine if I hadn't owned that truth for myself, if I had held on to that shame. First of all, I won't be open sexually with my man, and then number two, that will affect his sense of self, because when you are not open sexually with your man is going to think that it's because of something he's doing, and you're going to project your shame onto him, because he's going to think that somehow he's not pleasing you, somehow with something that he's not doing right, and you're going to indirectly project your shame onto him, and that's not fair. So owning your truth is important. Owning your weaknesses is important in your life, because it helps you to be on guard against it. To see, okay, no, this is about to come up, this is about to come up, this is about to come. So you can watch yourself. Because if not, that serpent, because your weakness is a hedge in your wall. And what did the Bible say? When you break the hedge, the serpent will bite. Your weakness is a hole in the hedge of your life. It's a hole through which the serpent comes through and bites you every time. You gotta know where that hole is. Keep your eye on it, so that you know when the serpent is about to come in. Boom, nope, I see you right there. But if your eye is not on it, because you're hiding it, you're trying to act like you're all that, you're trying to act like you're perfect, that serpent will come and bite you every time. You cannot escape your weakness, bro. So it's best for you to know it, own it. Okay?